Picture this. It's late at night. Your room is silent except for the faint ticking of a clock. A project deadline is breathing down your neck. You open your laptop, determined to get started, but instead, you stare at the blank screen. Your mind feels heavy, cluttered, restless. You know what needs to be done, but your body resists. You sigh. You scroll. You tell yourself, I'll start in 5 minutes. But those minutes pass. Then an hour. Then a day. Sound familiar? What if I told you the same 5 minutes you waste could become the most powerful productivity weapon you'll ever use? A simple hack that turns procrastination into momentum and chaos into clarity. This is the 5-minute focus boost. Here's the truth most people miss. The hardest part of any task isn't doing it, it's starting it. Our brains are wired to conserve energy. That's why, when faced with a big, overwhelming task, your mind whispers excuses. I'll do it later. I'm not ready. I don't feel like it. But your brain also has a secret weakness. It can be tricked. And that's exactly what the 5-minute rule does. You tell yourself, I'll only do this for 5 minutes, that's it. 5 minutes feels small, harmless, almost laughable. Your brain doesn't resist because it doesn't see a threat. But once you begin, once you take that first small action, everything changes. Think of your brain like an engine. A parked car doesn't need a full tank to start. It just needs ignition. The 5-minute rule is that spark. Once the engine turns over, momentum takes the wheel. Psychologists call this the Zeigarnik effect. Unfinished tasks stick in your brain, pulling you back until you complete them. That's why starting, even for just 5 minutes, creates an itch your mind desperately wants to scratch. So instead of forcing yourself to work for hours, you only commit to 5 minutes. And almost every time, those 5 minutes expand. 5 becomes 15. 15 becomes an hour. And before you know it, you've built a flow state. Here's a story. There was once a writer who struggled with chronic procrastination. Deadlines terrified him. Every morning, he sat at his desk, paralyzed by the thought of writing 2,000 words. One day, he changed the rule. He told himself, I'll write for 5 minutes, even one sentence. That first day, he wrote for 5 minutes, but it turned into 30. The next day, he did it again. Eventually, he didn't just finish his book. He finished 3 more. Not because he forced himself to work endlessly, but because he mastered the art of starting small. Science supports this. Neuroscience shows that motivation doesn't come before action. It comes after it. Action produces dopamine, the brain's reward chemical. That dopamine fuels motivation, and that motivation fuels more action. It's a feedback loop. But the loop can't begin until you start, and that's the magic of 5 minutes. Now let's go deeper. Why does procrastination feel so powerful? Because it thrives on 2 things, fear and perfectionism. We fear the size of the mountain. We fear failing before we even begin. We imagine we need perfect energy, perfect timing, perfect conditions. But perfection is a trap. Waiting for the right time only keeps us stuck. The 5-minute rule slices through that fear. You're not promising to climb the whole mountain. You're just taking the first step. And once you take that step, your fear shrinks. Your confidence grows. Let's test this right now. Think of one thing you've been avoiding. Maybe it's writing an email, cleaning your desk, studying for an exam, starting a workout. Now ask yourself, can I give 5 minutes? The answer is always yes. Always. And here's the secret. You won't stop at 5. You'll keep going because momentum is contagious. Even world-class performers use this. Athletes don't wait for motivation before training. They put on their shoes, step on the track, and begin. Writers don't wait for inspiration. They sit at their desks and write a single sentence. Entrepreneurs don't wait for perfect clarity. They start small, testing ideas until momentum builds. They all know one thing. Motion creates emotion. So, what does this mean for you? It means that the next time procrastination whispers in your ear, you answer with action. Not big action, small action. 5 minutes. Because 5 minutes is more than just a time hack, it's a mindset shift. It's proof that you don't need to feel ready to begin. You just need to begin to feel ready. Here's your challenge. Today, right after this, set a timer for 5 minutes. Pick one thing you've been avoiding and do it. Just 5 minutes. Write one sentence, solve one math problem, do 10 push-ups. Watch what happens. Notice the shift. Feel how 5 minutes unlocks 30. How 30 unlocks an hour. How one action turns into unstoppable momentum. Remember this. The difference between procrastination and productivity isn't hours of grinding. It's 5 minutes of courage. The courage to begin, the courage to take that first step. Because success isn't built in giant leaps. It's built in tiny moments of action repeated every day. And 5 minutes? That's where it all begins.